mental health is something big that needs to be talked about, and we just don't talk about it enough. And that's why we have like so many incidents, like people dying or killing themselves, like suicide or killing other people, or they turn into bullies, or bad things happen, and ne- negative results happen. Unfortunately, we could have helped these people sooner, but then we lose people's lives, especially suicide. Is, whether it's because of something in person or maybe it's online. Uh, Harassment and all that has to cause that. And then the victim, they get so stressed and they don't want to talk, and they want to seek out help, but it's hard. And that's why we have it's like people who like committed suicide, like Amanda Todd from Port Coquitlam, British Columbia, after she was harassed on she was a cyberbullied, photos of her naked, after some guy who she was very seeking help, and that he said he would help her, and that he was asking for a nude photo. Then he sent them, and he leaked them online, and then he made threats on her, and then he wouldn't really help, and she committed suicide, and the guy Aiden Covan, he's being charged, and uh, and online, some people are so much on spend so much time on their phones and such, and they connect, they share so much about themselves, and or with their friend, or share stuff to or with their friends, and since social media, it originally used the tools to you contact people where you couldn't really meet in person at sometimes, because either they live too far away or across the world, or didn't have the time to, and you could just hit them up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, or other social media apps, and you interact with people, and then sharing content, and news and everything is online, and then now also you could literally say what you're oh, hey. But of course we see a lot of people like falling out, or breakups, or people like friendship splitting, or and bad things happening, or especially with threats also happening, because and especially if you made a threat at a person in person, yeah, that would be dealt with the police easily, and restraint, or maybe a person could be arrested or charged, but online, yeah, they can get away with easily, and then when something happens to someone in person, or maybe it's online, they take to social media, they say it, and then they try to share it, and they try to sometimes this could be they could be saying some misleading stuff, or maybe they could be actually speaking the truth. and then so maybe it'll attract the right crowd, or maybe it'll attract our wrong crowd, and maybe some people will get support, but some people may not get support because it depends on how many friends in person and also online you have, and if they do really do care. And then we like some people, well, they try to share it online or anything because they're actually on, but sometimes it's hard to tell if this is actually sincere or actually the truth, or maybe they're just trying to get your attention seekers, right? Who are literally ruining it for the rest of us. Who are actually who really do need help and or seek therapy or need a shoulder to lean on. So, and I've seen some people who shared. I even know some person who was a fellow classmates of mine who she tried cutting herself, wrist slit. She was like very stressed out, and then stuff wasn't going out well to her for her, but she's better now. And then while also some people tried other things like they do drugs or they drink or uh, not because they feel good, but because they're so stressed out, and but if that doesn't work out for them, they end up committing suicides on with, somehow get a hold of a gun or bang, or maybe they'll slit their throat with a knife or a kitchen knife or and not that it's uncommon to see online where people have us woke up or and then one person gets so angry they try to kill the other person, or maybe the person their their ex is now in a relationship with, and or maybe there was someone split up, or they were so alone that they think of they have suicidal thoughts. And for me, I was like wasn't doing too well. Health was kind of affecting me. Not many friends, acquaintances, but not many actual legit friends. Everyone was either busy or I didn't really, like I was like the last choice, and then there's like a parent said that, oh, nah, you're never going to marry, you're never going to get a girl, you're never going to like get a successful job. That was that time. And I was so stressed out. I was thinking suicidal thoughts. I was getting all angry, and I have to vent on social media. But some people maybe when they vented out on social media, they didn't get they got like so many support because they had so many friends, and who actually decided to back them up because they actually have people who actually they want to call up and actually and there's some other people who that they rather don't want to call up with, although they're friendly with. And I was one of them, and always their first pick. That's why I have like maybe I wanted to make a space where I could vent myself, and that's why I made the Dark Skies World channel for me to vent out some stuff I'm going through, and also maybe meet up with people who are also going through something, and they talk with them, and they could also share theirs. And I'm also some people I came across person. Although I was an older student, and when I was like grade 11, I believe. Yeah, there was a kid, Sam Smiley, went to the same middle school I went to. He was very chill. Not one of the best kids. He was sort of like the bad influence. Kid, but he wasn't a bad kid, but he was like just one of those. If you know what I mean. But he was a really nice guy, and we got along very well. And then he like middle school, and then instead of going around like you switch schools to then high school that you have to like if you live not out of the area you have to sign up to get to, and to my friend Jacob went to this high school. He like literally attended Sam, he attended ninth grade. He was very close with everyone over still although even in high school I went to and then I even had a connection with them on Facebook and Instagram, and then out of the blue, it said Sam Smiley committed suicide just last night. Posted by some people he was very close with, and he was like very like he seemed very fine. I think he was one of those one of those kids, troubled kids who also did kids who used the drugs. I think I saw him smoke a vape or something. I don't know, in a washroom. I don't know, but yeah. And otherwise, he was just like he seemed fine, but I don't know why. But apparently, he had killed himself with a knife, and I got concerned. The guy who like seemed just so regular, and who was just gonna like live his way through high school and attend college. Like what happened, and then and hopefully God bless. And he didn't seem to be like going through any stress. And although it is common for people who are like that, they look okay, but they're inside, in there, they're not. uh, and one of the just now just recently I just saw it. One of the people I have connections with. Don't know his name, but he's friends with someone named Kokichi Uma. It reads per, uh, he is friends with her, and uh, apparently she had got a huge fight with her ex and her friend, and you know how things like that go. It's, especially when you lose a friend. That with a friend, yeah, it's hard. But breakup, yeah, those hurts. And apparently, one of them threatened to that he to kill her, and the other said, "You'll never be loved by anyone ever again," and that you'll never be good enough. And may have been maybe she was like posting an angry post or something, and then she got restricted. And she also said she's feeling like she's dying, and apparently I one of my allies, yeah, apparently some people who committed suicide, and then she starts making said the Kokichi said she wouldn't really care if she did or not. And she thinks she's worthless. Ha ha. And she tries to laugh it off, but this just adds on to mental health, and especially with the person who was like stressed out so much, and the fact that someone like decided to throw death threats at her, it's just terrible. And just making a death threat at somebody just because you had a falling out with them, um, that is just not okay. Not okay. Especially with the breakup, and so much hatred is thrown at them by the person who they split with or they're not friends with. That, and of course, those kind of people will do everything to make that person look bad, so that to make themselves look good. And then person, in this case, Okichi, pretty common that it would definitely be obvious if she was so stressed out that she's just not good enough, or she's terrible, and not worth it in this world. And me, I've been in that place. And in the case of like that, people need to sort of understand who is actually with me and who is actually not with me, and they need to have their circle of friends and family who do support them, and then they keep the ones that don't really care to them out. And I learned that lesson. I learned that who really has my back and who just wants to stab a knife in my back. And it's mostly the people who don't really have the time to talk with me much, but mostly for me it was mostly my piano flute teacher, and I don't know some adults I know, my friend Jacob. Yeah, don't know anyone else. Although there are some people who I haven't talked to, but no, but they have also got my back, and they even if people they tried to say bad things to me, they got my back, and no. And and when I lied, used to tell Kokichi to never be afraid to explain, talk about your feelings, because if you just bottle up your feelings, it is just bad. And unfortunately, since there are some people who just are too all about me kind of person, and when they share their life stories so much, and they do not want to hear other people's and maybe she was one of those people who have to deal with people who wouldn't let her talk much, and she does deserve it too. And she says she wants to hurt her family, punch her family, because they apparently they didn't support her through this, and that and the fact that even her family didn't and family, they need to have your back, and if they don't, you deserve to cut them out, and she did she deserves to kick them out. And also an ally also sent me a message when I said maybe she should seek therapy. Apparently, she tried to, and then she was like, maybe I don't want to, and then some person who was not my ally, but there was some other person said, then don't, and then I will stay mad at you, and don't deserve, and you didn't, and yeah, he literally spoke ill about her, and looking at that, it was definitely a person who really did not care about her well-being, and you should never speak ill about someone with if they're really oppressed. And especially with the suicidal thoughts. Well, if you've never experienced it, you know, or ever you have a thoughts of it, please reach out to anyone who needs help. And if you're people experiencing one of this, seek therapy, talk to a best friend or people you know, and understand that they got your back. If family ain't got your back, your friends will. And You know, people they could also kick it up with me and talk about it, and I will gladly share your story on Dark Side World. Don't be afraid to seek therapy or talk to people. Don't bottle up your feelings. Talk, you know. Speak your mind, especially if you're stressed. It'll worth. It'll be worth it in the end.